You're smart. You know how to listen to suggestion and make your own decisions, right? We're just two Aussie brothers talking shit about cryptocurrency. So do yourself a favor. Research this topic before doing anything financially. Now for that banging intro music.
Welcome to WTF is Crypto Space. I'm Brett.
And I'm Chad.
This podcast is all about the crypto space.
It is the shout, out. I'm festive right now, Brett. It's our last show for the year.
Oh, yes. You tap dancing towards the finish line.
Absolutely.
All right, so, and popularity. Here we go. Slovakia. Bratislava in Slovakia. Yeah, thanks guys for joining us.
Beautiful.
Las Vegas. Then we've got
Vegas,
Perth,
Nevada.
Bangalore, India. We've got Cambodia. So clearly we got a
Cambodia.
referral out of that one. I know who might have sent us over there. Sydney, Australia.
Hey, Sydney, just a stone's throw from here. A very, very heavy stone throw from here, but still a stone's throw from here.
So what are we looking at today, Chad?
Yes, Brett, we'll do the topics, but just before we start, I want to say that 2017 has had its ups and downs. But
daily in the crypto space.
Daily in the crypto space, but on an upward climb. It's been fantastic, and we have loved every second of recording this podcast for you guys.
And look, it's been great to help some of you guys out there as well. We know that we've had some great chats with some of the people who are part of our crew, and then our extended network that we have. It's been awesome.
The crypto space family.
Yeah, let's call them. Yes, that's exactly right. The crypto space family. We've been really happy to extend that out this year and help a lot of people get into the crypto space. So we're really grateful for that.
And lastly on that, before we start the rest of the podcast, because hey, that's what we're here to do. We want to thank you guys so much for joining the Facebook group, saying hi on Twitter, saying hi on just Facebook
and new
in general.
Subscribers on YouTube that we got this time. Yep.
On YouTube, thank you guys if you're listening on YouTube. Hit that like button. I have to get that in there. But thank you so much for everyone being a part of our year. Now let's wrap it up with these three little topics, Brett. 10 mind-blowing facts about Bitcoin. The creator of 17 billion cryptocurrency Litecoin has sold his entire stake. Charlie Lee announced his decision on Reddit, citing a conflict of interest. And last but not least, the top 6 cryptocurrencies of 2018.
And guys, we just as a reminder, we do put on each podcast, we put chapters so you can jump backwards and forwards between different parts that you prefer to listen to. So here we go.
Absolutely.
So starting us off on the things about BTC. Now, for our long-term listeners, we've got people who know about Satoshi Nakamoto being the founder of Bitcoin.
Number one.
The first real-world transactions using Bitcoin was done to purchase 2 large Papa John's pizzas for 10,000 Bitcoins. That's a pretty bloody expensive slice of pizza.
Well, and I think, I personally think, I know it was sort of, they thought it was a good idea at the time, but first off, Papa Jack's doesn't need to make many profits this year. And secondly, 10,000 Bitcoins... What idiots. Number 3, unlike what most people think, Bitcoin are not unlimited. Now, there's a number of Bitcoins in circulation, and that's only 21. We've covered that this year.
Okay, so the global Bitcoin computing power is 256 times faster than that of the top 500 supercomputers combined.
That's amazing. Which, the reason why it's spread out, it's decentralized over a bunch of computers that can just do it.
Oh, you can do this one.
Bitcoin has been sent into outer space.
All right. So one of the things I love to hear about the people arguing about whether or not BTC will be around and all these sort of things. And
it's going to be around out there somewhere.
Well, but here's the thing. People cite the EMPs and they say that, okay, no problem. If the power goes out, no one can run a computer, right? And so therefore, if no one can run a computer and all over the world, the power happened to go out everywhere, not to mention we'd all be, seriously unhappy.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Now there's a node running in space, which means forever there'll be BTC.
Forever.
Number 6, Chad?
Number 6, Bitcoin uses a public ledger called blockchain for transactions. We've covered this one. But the invention of the blockchain has really made everything possible in not only the crypto space, but in like commercial use and stuff like that this year.
And I know you grabbed
huge.
it from the article, Chad, but just for people listening, just if we can rephrase that about the invention of the blockchain, it was more the vernacular that people put around blockchain. Because what happened was they go, ooh, Silk Road, we don't want to talk about owning Bitcoin, but you know what? That blockchain, that looks okay. Anyway, I just thought I'd point that one out. So,
number 7, if you had invested $100 in Bitcoin in 2010, you would be worth $72 million.
Chad, if you'd invested $100 at the beginning of January 2017, you'd be worth $1,900 today.
That's true.
Pretty good return.
And if you invest in some of the coins that are starting up right now that are legit, that have got utility value, then you can definitely see yourself becoming a millionaire. But it's about the owning quantity now, kind of, and then eventually growing and being sustainable over time.
But it's looking for the right companies to buy into, as well as using the right currencies that have
Which
that
2018
value.
promises to be extremely bloody exciting for
you
stuff
can just
like
see
that.
announcement after announcement and after announcement coming out. So the largest transaction ever made on the network was 194,993 Bitcoins. At the time, it was $147 million, which is one of the largest transactions that have been made. But the really cool thing about that was the way in which that transaction happened. And it only cost them 0.5 of a Bitcoin to transact all of that value.
What?
Yeah.
Also, that they tagged it on this transaction. Is this considered to be on the blockchain, this particular phrase? Is it on the blockchain?
Yes.
So on the blockchain, this particular phrase was said, and it was shitload of money. It was asterisk shitload of money next door to that transaction, which I find is quite cool.
Yes, so sometimes you can stamp your transaction.
That's fantastic.
So they've stamped it with yes. Anyway.
Number 9, every Bitcoin transaction, no matter how small, uses at least enough electricity to power 3 average homes for an entire day. That's pretty crazy. But that's why it's also worth money. It's getting more and more value because it needs to sustain itself. Plus, mining it, I personally don't think that's right somehow. But you know, what do I know? I'm only a podcaster.
There are other options going from proof of work to proof of stake and other things that we'll look at in the future. So the FBI has the world's largest Bitcoin wallet consisting of seized Bitcoins apart from, and that's the important thing, apart from Satoshi Nakamoto, which could in fact be a number of different entities that...
I reckon Satoshi's an FBI agent, but you didn't hear it from me.
No. I don't think it's FBI. Go up a little bit further.
CIA and NSS. All right, so Brett, we're going over now to the creator. This is an interesting discussion because the Litecoin director, the guy who was the founder of it, Charlie Lee, has just like offloaded all his Litecoin. Why the hell has that happened?
Okay, so there's a couple of things here. So one is Charlie cited the fact that he doesn't want to have too much of a conflict of interest. Now, that's a hard thing. I mean, he's going to get ear bashed for a variety of different things, being the fact that he invented Litecoin. He's always really put out the right sort of language around, working alongside Bitcoin and, working with the Bitcoin team. Don't think for a moment that he's... So this is always the argument. Do you think for a moment that Charlie Lee's moved his money into fiat?
No, he's just gone, I'm selling it into... I don't know, something else that's going to be basically attached to it.
Bitcoin Cash. He's also given some of it towards the Litecoin Foundation.
Beautiful.
He's worth at least $7 billion.
Yeah.
So he's doing okay for himself.
Yeah, he's not bad.
But the good thing about this means that it's one of the few of the cryptocurrencies that genuinely has a small wallet size. So it has the most amount of spread capital in, and so rather than having a big stakeholder like he was, right? That means that lots of little players are in the Litecoin space, which means that this might actually have a chance at being a currency. So Bitcoin isn't a currency, and we've talked about this before, and it doesn't promote the spending of it because if it's going to go up in value, why would you spend it?
It's called HODL.
Yeah.
Everyone should get tattooed on their arm. Every time they think, I need to pull that money out.
Maybe that's
HODL.
a campaign we can start next year, second half of the year.
Yeah, everyone get... At least just write it with a permanent marker so it's there for 3 days. And they have to remind you, that's why I got to hold it.
I like it. Now, the important thing about Litecoin here is that we're not saying that this is FUD. This is not fear, uncertainty, doubt. This is about It's a PSA, it's a public service announcement to help people out to understand that, look, this will actually potentially make Litecoin's price go up quite considerably, because more people will have access to the network and more people will be inclined, because it's not sheltered like the core developers from Bitcoin who Charlie was part of that inner circle. So I'm sure that he's okay with his Bitcoin. But look, that's the thing. So Litecoin is definitely got a huge future in 2018, which we might talk about in a few moments.
We're going to talk about right now. We're going to talk about the top 6 cryptocurrencies of 2018. You guys can watch this.
I'm going to fire up Litecoin. Go. I know it wasn't on the top of your list. I know it wasn't on the top of your list, but I'm going to have Litecoin on the top.
Absolutely. Litecoin has a lot of things going for it. It still has that MIT project still under wraps at the moment. Yeah, Brett?
Look, there's a couple of things out for Satoshi Lite this that he's already announced. There's going to be a huge about the point of sale systems that it's going to be coming through, which is just really exciting.
Lightning Network.
Yes.
It jumped from $100 to $300 already in Australia.
Absolutely.
Is that Australia or America?
America, Chad. That's up to we're up to, I think, 500 AUD
in our week. Oh, really? In our week.
Yeah.
So it's
in about 10 days now. Yeah.
People jumping. So that's before even 2017 even started. So
now, the other thing there is, and just for fun, this is a rumor. Facebook, we don't like to try and do rumors, but Facebook has been talking about a payment system using Litecoin.
Well, if you speculation,
imagine if those two networks came together.
Well, yeah, I can. I think it'd be good because Litecoin is better than Bitcoin in the way of its ability to be 4 times as fast as Bitcoin, and now they're sticking on the atomic swaps and the Lightning Network and all this. Like, they're just going gangbuster for this kind of stuff where you can just do it instantly and then it gets confirmed later, which I think is fantastic. Another one to look at is obviously the BTC, the Bitcoin.
The big
Bitcoin is
the big man.
It has gone up, and then we were told recently it went down a tiny bit. But guys, it's here to stay. It's the gold standard. It's been around since 2008. We can't say any more than we've already said about it. It's bloody great. We've done the facts.
In 2008, in 2018, look, there is a bit of a debate over BTC and Bitcoin Cash at the moment. You definitely should own some BTC in your portfolio, and it should definitely make up a decent portion of your overall holdings, because naturally, as people get into the space, they're going to buy BTC from Coinbase and places like that.
In order for them to get and other places.
However, they could also buy Litecoin and the next one on our list, Ethereum.
Ethereum, my favorite from this year that did very well for me at the start of the year, and has done continually well. It's going to go again. These are the best ones to be in. 2018 is going to soar for these guys. We've already seen growth from $90 when I bought in to it's like $500 in the US.
No,
at the moment.
up, Chad. It's like 800.
Oh my gosh. So
810.
This is before 2018 even starts. That's
important to note too. Ethereum could double from here, if not triple.
So it's gone along that path. Yeah, it's gone along.
Well, we haven't even seen the next phase, because think about Dash. Dash has got proof of stake, right? Which is where you are holding those coins as a way of being able to say that you are taking a stake in the network, okay, rather than proof of work, which is mining, right? So then Dash uses that sort of technology. Well, Ethereum is going to move from proof of work to proof of stake over the course of the next 12 months.
Yep.
As they do that, people will want to hold on to their Ethereum because they'll actually get a dividend as a result for managing the network.
Oh, wow. That's huge. Well, the next one on that list is Zcash and Monero.
And look, the thing about these are both privacy coins. Now, whether you own one, both, something, you should have some of your portfolio long term. Not in the short term, but in the longer term, you should definitely have stake in one of these privacy coins. However, just be aware, Litecoin and Bitcoin have the capability of adding this technology. Should they choose.
The next one on that bad boy list is the final one is IOTA. Now, this is the coin that this is the token that has a potential to change lives, according to the industry's observers. In fact, the cryptocurrency might become the fastest growing on the market this coming year. The reason why they cite that is it's machine-to-machine payments, which is futuristic. Now, Brett, you have a good example of the reason why that could be a thing. It's like
Right, so
the
let's
Uber
say,
for...
yeah, look, let's say you were going to work, a normal 9 to 5 job, and then you decided, okay, great, I'm going to jump in my car and go to work, but it's a driverless vehicle, gets you to work at 9 o'clock in the morning, and then suddenly when the car drops you off, it goes around and picks up other people in the neighborhood like its own Uber system, right? It goes and picks up different people and kind of works like a train or a bus or any other transport that's out there on the road, and then it pays for its own petrol, it pays for its own utility, and then when it finishes the day, it knows to come back and pick you up at 5 o'clock because you've already booked that in as a standard appointment every day. Bam, and there's a use for IOTA.
Yeah,
and IOTA, IoT is Internet of Things.
And we've got to remind everyone that Bitcoin is great to know about, Litecoin's good to know about, but the thing is the idea that they are not just a cryptocurrency or something to invest in, they actually have something backing them, there's actually something going on with them. That's why prices go up, that's why people buy in, that's why it's looking at stocks, but it's really looking at the holding of value, and these things go up.
And look,
they go up, down as well.
Because of consensus, we agree on the network that the price or the incremental, the value is exactly the same no matter where you are in the world at that exact point in time. There is no bias, and there is trust built into the system. And in business and in life, there's not a lot of trust these days. And so that wave, that long-term trend is going back to something that has more trust. And this is a mechanism. Most of these cryptocurrencies are a trust mechanism.
It's been a good year. It's been a good year for everything, and it's not only been a good year for growth, both in the market and the crypto space, but it's been a good year for us, Brett. We've had a great year.
We have, and we're really looking forward to some of the projects we're rolling out next year. But more importantly, Chad has an awesome competition he's going to tell us about in just a moment.
But I'm going to thank you guys for listening to our podcast, not for just today, but the entire year. Please do not forget to like us and comment in the chat below or on the things. Brett, you have a Twitter?
WTF Crypto Space.
That's it. Brett, we also have a Facebook group.
Crypto Space. Chad, what's that?
That is the draw that we're drawing. Last week we announced a draw that we're drawing 1 hour of our time to sit down with us and talk about, get a fuller understanding of the crypto space, ask us any questions or whatever you have. You can even ask us how to do gravy. Don't ask me. I'm trying to find that out. Is that when Dad comes up? But you guys can win an hour of our time. And Brett, how do they do that?
Really simple, guys. Thanks for joining on the competition so far. Rate and review us on iTunes. Wherever you are in the world, 1 review equals 1 enter in the draw.
Yeah. And the biggest thing about this is you guys have already started rolling it in, so thank you so much. When you rate and review, we go up and that helps us, but you also get a chance to go in the draw to win this. It's going to be drawn on Valentine's Day. So for anybody who doesn't remember what Valentine's Day, that's the 14th of February. That's the day of chocolates and roses and love for the paired up or, the multiple people in one relationship. We don't judge. Ladies and gentlemen, click subscribe to the podcast to get your weekly updates from us knuckleheads, and it'll come into your podcasting feed every Wednesday, 9 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. But until next time, I'm Chad.
And I'm Brett.
Let's get excited about the crypto space.
The transition has begun.
We'll see you in 2018.
Thanks, guys.
Do, 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 do.